Hi friends, it's Martin here. Now when you were younger, were you told to grow up? I know I was, and fair enough. I guess it comes to a point where you need to sort yourself out. You need to get yourself an education, get yourself a job, settle down, leave the family home. So that makes sense. But what I've noticed lately, and especially talking to my clients, is that growing up is okay, but when we take it too far, it's actually bad, where people actually grow up way too much and they become stuck, they become unhappy. What I mean by that is they end up basically living a life that's aligned with what other people want, what the environment says they should be doing, what society says they should be doing. And it's like becoming a person that's inside this lump of clay. And I remember the movie, Bruce Lee movie, Dragon, where it talks about this, where we go through life and we end up adding all these pieces to ourselves and we end up losing our identity. And that's what happens. You end up becoming heavy, stuck and unhappy because you got all this weight on you that you're carrying. So the solution there is to start stripping away the clay, start letting go of other people's opinions and expectations, learning how to mitigate or deal with certain emotions. And there's usually about 12 negative emotions that we need to really understand and have an antidote on how to deal with them. And that's what I work with people on. Yeah, so it's quite interesting, isn't it, that when we're young, we're generally light and happy. It's like a smile curve. You've probably seen this, where younger people generally are quite happy, they're light, carefree. And then what happens is they slowly start taking on responsibilities and they end up hitting midlife where they're kind of stuck. They've probably got a lot of debt, a lot of stress, anxiety, anger, frustration, all those negative emotions. And once they can figure out how to overcome that, that's when they start emerging and becoming a bit happier, a bit lighter. It's like coming out of midlife. And that's what I have been working on the last few years and helping people with, because otherwise you could end up easily slipping into depression where you're, overwhelmed, over-chunked. You feel like you're out of control, and usually depressed people are out of control. The world, others are controlling them. So it's about taking back your power, taking back your energy, taking back control of your life and making shifts that help you free yourself. And it's quite interesting because once you do that, you start feeling a bit happier, start feeling lighter, you start feeling freer. In fact, I was talking to a retiree last week and I asked them, what's the one thing you noticed now that you're retired? And the answer they gave me without any hesitation was, I feel like a little kid again. Isn't that amazing? You feel like a little kid again. Isn't that what we all want? We want to be that little kid again. We want to be our true selves. We don't want all these strings and burdens that others and societies put on us. We want to live life freely, carefree, and we want to be able to express ourselves without worried about what other people think or say or do. So to me, it's important to keep this in mind. And when someone says to you, grow up, especially if that's at midlife or beyond, I would say, no, I'm not going to grow up. I'm actually going to start growing down. So that's a term I want to start putting out there. Let's start growing down. And what I mean is about stripping away the clay, letting go of other people's expectations and opinions of us, learning to also be kind to ourselves, and to basically detox, declutter all areas of our life, not just material things, which I've started doing already, getting rid of some material stuff because it's just a clutter, it's just drains my energy. Also look at the other 4 areas of your life. Your career, maybe it's time to start simplifying in that area, or maybe changing careers because you know that you're not on the right path anymore. Number 2 is your health. Maybe it's time to lose a few kilos, shed a bit of that weight, become a bit lighter so you can actually move. Otherwise you're going to stay stuck. And number 3, your relationships. Maybe it's time to review relationships. Are people that you're surrounding yourself with, are they actually lifting you up? Are they energizing you, or are they draining you? Well, if they're draining you, it's time to let them go. It's time to maybe make new relationships with people that are a little bit more uplifting, more energizing, people that are where you want to be. Maybe they're a couple of steps ahead of you. So they're the right people to hang around with, I believe. And number 4, finances. Maybe it's time to rearrange your finances. If you've got any debts, I think it's time to get rid of those debts, because debts are a negative. They're a burden. They're like in religious spheres, it's like a sin. It's like you owe someone something. So I recommend you work on settling your debts, because that's what will help you become more free. And I think at the end of the day, we all want to be that little kid again. We want to be free. We want to be our true selves. We don't want to be, held back by all these things, material and negative people and all these doubts, fears and worries. We want to get rid of all that. So I recommend taking some time out and thinking about who you are, what your values are, and what you want out of life, and get rid of all those things that bring you down, because you've carried them long enough, and it's time to put them down so you can move on, be free and happy for the rest of your life, where you make the rest of your life the best of your life. So I hope this helped. If you want to jump on a call and have a bit of a chat about your particular situation, I'm happy to have a free chat with you. I'll probably put a link somewhere in this post. Apart from that, take care and please grow down. Bye for now.